Well, ladies and gentlemen, do you guys remember the video game Skull and Bones? Yes, that video game, the one from Ubisoft where they tried to tell you that this was going to be the world's Quad A game, the first ever Quad A game. Not single A, not double A, and definitely not triple A. We're talking about a Quad A experience. Well, apparently, this Quad A game from Ubisoft is now being completely destroyed because we already knew this thing was going to be a flop just based off how it was presenting itself. But now we know for a fact this game is absolutely flopping, because it has been completely slashed in terms of pricing on the Ubisoft store.
It's not even singed.
Even the fire doesn't want them.
We have an article here from The Gamer with a headline that reads, "You can get Skull and Bones for $20 through the Ubisoft store right now. Combining its price cut with the legendary sale code will get you a Quad A game for only $19.99. Now, guys, keep in mind, the reason why this game is flopping is for obvious reasons that we always talk about. The experience that you get on this game is literally half of what you get on Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and meanwhile, that game is a single-player experience, and this one is a Quad A live service game. They tried to take a video game that was already established like Black Flag and try to cut it in half, sell you that as a full product, and then try to sell you the rest in microtransactions. It's a ridiculous monetization strategy that I'm glad a lot of players have seen through. So let's get into this article, guys, from The Gamer. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. So we have some cliff notes here and some highlights. It says Ubisoft is running its legendary sale, and Quad A blockbuster Skull and Bones is included in it. Not only can you get the pirate game for $29.99 in the sale, but there's also a code that you can enter to get an additional $10 off. Enter the code Legend24 at checkout, and you can knock the price of the game down to just $19.99. Now, listen, I don't know if anybody, and I mean anybody, on the PC platform that is going to want to purchase this game specifically on the Ubisoft store. I feel like they would rather spend more money if they wanted to buy a game like this and purchase it on Steam, because nobody likes using these stores. You know, no, everybody likes using Steam. Nobody likes Epic Games. The only reason why people use Epic Games is because they give away free games. That's literally it. That's the only reason why I have Epic Games Launcher. Otherwise, I would not have it. There's no reason for me to use it. It is a completely subpar product in comparison to Steam, and so are all these other launchers. EA, Ubisoft, every single one of them are trash compared to Steam. Steam is the absolute best and has been the best for like well over a decade now. It says Skull and Bones hasn't been the mega hit that Ubisoft hoped that it would be. The problem is, unlike some other games, the studio can simply move on from it and chalk the game's underperformance up to the experience. Well, apparently, if Warner Brothers can walk away from Suicide Squad and lose $200 million in revenue, I feel like it's got to be at least somewhat logical that you could probably walk away from this game and just write it off as a failure. But the problem is Ubisoft has been getting so many failures that they probably can't walk away. At least with Warner Brothers, they had a massive success when it comes to Hogwarts Legacy, and a lot of that money that they made on that game is going to subsidize the failure of Suicide Squad. Ubisoft doesn't have that option, unfortunately for them. It says that too much money and time was invested into Skull and Bones development, so the game has to be a success. That's why, despite it being described as the world's first Quad A game by Ubisoft CEO, you can already pick up Skull and Bones for $20 less than 3 months after its release. Ladies and gentlemen, this game is desperate for players, okay? We said that when they did the free trial thing, when they tried to give it away for free, essentially, for I think a few days, and it got a little bit of players to play it, but really it wasn't that big of a deal, and not many people stuck around. Because let's be real, man, people are going into this game expecting a certain kind of experience, and they're not getting it for the most part. Sure, some people are happy with the naval combat, but you got to realize that you can get exactly what you're paying Skull and Bones for in Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and it's basically all in there. You could get actual combat as well, hand-to-hand combat. You got a full experience in that game versus this, which is just naval combat, and it's not even even the best version of the naval combat because you can't even go on each other's ships. Not to my knowledge, anyway. Maybe they ended up patching that later down the line. But the whole reason why I cannot support these garbage live service games is because when something like this that so clearly has a better single player version available that is fully giving you all the content up front, you have a game like this that's cut in half and trying to sell you a half product at full price, and they expect you to just be like, yup, that's a great experience. Can't wait to do more. Can't wait to spend more and pay more. Yeah, nobody's really buying that. Nobody's believing that bullshit. It says, just to hammer home just how telling it is when it comes to Skull and Bones underperforming, this is a $70 game. Ubisoft tends to reduce prices of its games relatively quickly, but not like this. The publisher's legendary sale comes off of its top titles by 85%, and Skull and Bones has been included in that sale. Listed at $60 prior to its discount, which suggests a permanent price cut considering it's $70 elsewhere, the sale brings its price down to $29.99. Ubisoft is offering a further discount on the game, though, and all you have to do is take one very easy additional step before you check out, which is adding that code to your cart. Now, I feel like if this game came out probably at the $29.99 price tag, it would have had a lot more players wanting to give it a chance because the price of the game has to reflect what you're getting. You cannot charge $70 for a half experience that's available somewhere else for like $8 now these days. Like there is no way that you can do that and get away with it long term. You're not going to be able to have a successful live service game when you're already charging an insane amount right off the gate for a game that has half the content. There's no reason anybody with the brain would support that. Ubisoft is offering a further discount on the game, though. All you have to do is put that checkout thing. We already talked about that. The coupon can be applied to anything on the site, whether it's included in Legendary Sale or not. The only qualifier is your total needs to come out to $20 or more. Since Skull and Bones is $29.99 right now, you can save the additional $10 without having to buy anything else. There are a lot of other heavily discounted games on Ubisoft Store right now, though, including Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown for $29.99. So again, guys, Ubisoft is not giving you a quad A experience, okay? That look at this, man. Oh my god. Like, this is crazy. Ubisoft is not giving you a quad A experience. I don't know what took it upon themselves to even joke about offering a quad A experience like this. And then they tried to switch it up, right? They tried to say, "Oh yeah, first they said we're going to give you a quad A experience." Then they said, "Oh yeah, we're going to give you an eventual quad A experience. Like, it's going to start off AAA, but as we update the game and time goes on, this is going to become a quad A game." Like, no, that doesn't work like that, man. Like, this is why I don't like these live service games, because it enables behavior from these studios that they were already doing this for free, essentially, right? Like, so what they were doing was giving you half-assed products that weren't finished, games that weren't done, games that were buggy and messy, games with servers that don't work. They were giving you this and just trying to charge you full price for it. Now what they're doing is they're trying to do the same exact thing, charge you full price, but then openly say, "Hey, it's a live service game, so don't worry. Eventually, we're going to patch everything, and it's going to be A-okay in about a year or so." No, that's not how it works, man. And then they try to monetize you along the way, and you got idiots paying for it. Like, this is the problem that we have in the gaming industry right now, that we are enabling these loser developers to get away with this stuff. But unfortunately for Ubisoft, they don't seem to be one of those developers. It seems like people have caught on really quick regarding what they're trying to do, and I'm happy about that. As the word continues to get out there, this quad A game is a massive flop. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.